What's going on, everybody? This is episode 73 of the Out of Court Podcast. I'm your boy Trez. And it's just me today. G Fur is not here. He said he wasn't feeling well, so the show must go on. Got your boy here. I think it's the third episode I've done this by myself. So, hey, let's get this shit rolling. So, man, we'll probably do a little bit something different today. Talk about a little bit of college football a little bit. This past Sunday we had the college football rankings for the playoffs. Last Saturday, we had Georgia versus Bama, Texas versus Oklahoma State, Michigan versus Iowa, Louisville versus Florida State. And Washington, and then the day before, Friday, Washington versus Oregon. And big thing is what happens if it's just kind of people just thinking like, what if Bama beats Georgia? What if FSU loses against Louisville? What if Washington loses against Oregon, or Oregon beats Washington? Texas loses against Oklahoma State. What are the chances that the football committee may not get this right? And the chaos happened. Obviously, Washington, for people that don't follow college football, Washington ended up being Oregon 34-31. So their ticket is solidified, it's locked in the college football playoffs. Michigan beat Iowa 26-0. Their ticket is locked in the college football playoffs. So now it came down to Bama versus Georgia, and then Texas versus Oklahoma State. Texas, what I gotta say about Texas, man? They lights out, blew the doors out the other guys. Oklahoma State, they won 49-21. So now they was kind of hoping if Florida State can lose, they can get in. Kind of get it the easy way. Kind of just not give the committee any chance of effing things up. And boy, then ended up happening. Bama versus Georgia. Georgia ended up losing that game. I want to say the score was 27-24, going Bama way. It was a lot of things going on. Georgia didn't look as good. Brock Bowers was hurt. Was playing hurt. McCourty, he was playing hurt, and kind of just was everything was on Carson Beck, and kind of carried the team and do what they're supposed to do, and they kind of rallied a little bit too late. Jalen Milroe and that Bama, man, it was just a little bit too much for them. They was up ahead a little bit, and the rest is history. And now the question is, now what Florida State and Louisville. And then Florida State ended up losing. Florida State ended up beating Louisville. My apologies. Ended up beating Louisville 16-6. Now, here's the chaos happened. Here's the chaos. Now I'm thinking, saying, what is going to happen now? Since Bama lost, Florida State winning. Lord have mercy. I'm sorry, guys. What Georgia losing, Bama winning, Washington winning, Michigan winning, and Texas winning. Now, what's going to happen? What is the committee going to do? What's going to happen? 4 best teams in the playoffs. Who's going to play on January 1st? Michigan has a good case. They beat Penn State. They beat Ohio State, and obviously they ended up winning the Big Ten championship, right? So they should be locked in. Washington beat Oregon twice. This year the Pac-12 was really interesting, man. Arizona was one of the surprising teams that's really good. We thought that Utah was going to be up there, but Cam Rising didn't come out for his ACL injury, so now we get to see Bro back next year. USC was not as good. They started off, I want to say, 5-0, whatever the case may be, and they just started to look very, very, very terrible. And I think they finished the season at 6-5. I want to say, but didn't look good at all. Oregon was Oregon. They did. They looked good. I honestly thought that was going to beat Washington in the Pac-12 championship because I'm a big fan of Bo Nix. But that didn't happen. But that being said, now the chaos starts. Like, what is going to happen? Like, what is the committee going to do? And it had Selection Sunday was literally the next day, and there was had been a lot of thinking, and were they going to put two SEC teams in and then just let Florida stay out of it? Was that the possibility? Because you want the best 4 teams in the college football playoff. And what Florida State, their situation is with Jordan Travis going down 3 weeks ago. The first 11 weeks totally looked good. They looked good. Went 11-0, didn't lose a game. And in the last 3 weeks, they look totally different. I mean, it's a different team. It's just, and now the committee is kind of thinking what's going to happen? And you kind of look at the last 3 games. I mean, they beat North Alabama. They beat Florida State. Not Florida State. They beat Florida, and they beat Louisville. And it's just kind of just what's going to happen? Because, you beat Florida 24-15. You beat Louisville 16-6. And, you had to use 2 different quarterbacks back-to-back weeks. And it's like, you're not really dominating like you were. You beat LSU 45-24. Southern Miss 66-13. You had little troubles with Boston College 31-29, Clemson as well with 31-24, and then here it goes. You beat Virginia Tech 39-17, Syracuse 41-3, Duke 38-20, Wake Forest 41-16, Pitt 24-7. Then you play Miami, rivalry game, get it, kind of this thing's gonna be close, 27-20. Now, that being said, with those 11 weeks, now, guys, there was totally different team than they were in and then, now with the quarterback getting hurt, and now with the new guy, with the two guys coming in, it's going to be tossy, but they went 13-0. They did what they're supposed to do. They went out. They did their thing. Comes to, now, my thing is, I knew the committee was going to put in Bama, but I knew that they're going to have to put in Bama. They had no choice but to put in Texas, because Texas beat them early in the year in week 2, and actually kind of made Texas' resume a lot better because why? Because Bama beat the number 1 team, and for them to beat the number 1 team, and Texas you know what? And then people looking at Texas oh wow, Texas beat a really good Bama team. Oh yeah, they really did. And I'm not a Bama hater. I don't really talk about certain teams a lot, but when it comes to dominance, I'm all in the dominance. It doesn't matter in what sport. It can be golf, tennis, NASCAR, volleyball, baseball, softball, NBA, whatever. I'm all in about people dominating the league because you don't know how long it's going to last. You may not ever see it again. Like with the Patriots being able to dominate for 19 years, now right now you kind of got Kansas City, the Golden State Warriors in the little time when they were going and winning all these championships. Adding KD into them. Houston Astros. How they were pretty much going to the World Series almost down there every year. Same thing with the Los Angeles Dodgers, kind of, same thing like that. You kind of, y'all get what I'm saying. Like dominance. You don't know how long dominance is going to be in Bama. These guys have won a lot of championships in the past 13 years, and people just don't like to see certain teams dominate. And I'm all in on it. If you can't beat them, then shut the fuck up. It's that simple. If you can't beat them, then you have to be better than them. Until you beat them, you're not better than them. And with Bama, I get all the respect for that school, that program, man. And now Georgia has was going that direction as well. They won 29 straight. And they won back-to-back national championships. So it's like you gotta appreciate dominance, man, because you never know when these teams or players are not gonna be here anymore or not be able to play anymore. Like LeBron James, that man is getting ready to be 39, and he is still playing at a high level. High level. You cannot hate on that. I mean, I'm not a Brown fan, but like you cannot hate that. Tom Brady, same thing with him. Goes to the Buccaneers, wins the championship. Now everybody's like, oh man, like you gotta appreciate that. You have to, man. You have to give them the respect when it's due. Now let's get back on schedule. You got. I mean, it's just just what Bama, man, is like. You have. It's like you can't cut these guys out. And I know they look kind of shaky this year. Going with Jalen Monroe, and then him end up getting benched. And that's third game in the season against South Alabama, and then they ended up bringing him to start against Ole Miss, and they've been on the win streak since then. And I'll tell you right now, guys, that dude is a baller, man. That dude is a baller, man. Going to the Michigan, going to the games, he's 2,718 yards passing, 23 touchdowns passing, and 6 interceptions. Has got sacked a lot. Has been taking 9 sacks with 38 sacks. And it's also, this guy can also run the ball too, man. Like, this man can really run the ball. With 140 carries, 468 yards, and with 12 rushing touchdowns. I mean, hey, the guy is a baller, man. The dude is a baller. Come to Selection Sunday, they end up selecting Michigan number 1, understandable. Washington number 2, understandable. Texas 3, and Alabama 4. And the word is shot. Everybody's saying, well, the committee got it wrong. How dare they not let FSU be in? This is they college football up. They messed it up. I mean, it's kind of hard because, like, I understand. Like, people are like, well, no, when you put in Florida State's shoes, now how will you feel? Terrible. But let's be real here, folks. You trying to tell me that team without Jordan Travis is going to put in a fight at all against Michigan, against Washington? Like, are we being serious here? Like, I mean, yeah, give them a chance. Absolutely. Give them a chance. Absolutely. But let's be real. Oh, look what TCU did last year. No. Don't compare what the hell they did with TCU. No. Absolutely not. TCU didn't lose their quarterback. Didn't lose anybody on their players. Did they lose did they lose in a Big 12 championship against Kansas State? Yes, they did. But only reason why they got in because everybody around them lost. Like, you had had guys like Ohio State, they weren't gonna get in. I can't really remember correctly, but the people pretty much outside the 4, they weren't gonna get in because TCU was ranked number 2, and they were ranked number 2, and Michigan was ranked number 3. So, right? Am I saying it right? Yes, they were ranked number 3. So they had to flip flop. With Michigan being number 2, TCU being at 3, and then Ohio State came up and got in at number 4. So, I see that. But now with this case, it is a very, very hard situation, very, very hard, way to kind of just, put all of this together. I mean, like, the committee just they refuse not to let an SEC team not get in. Like, every year, SEC team been in the college playoff. Either it was Bama, Georgia, or LSU. Like, let's just be real. They were not going to let the SEC no SEC team not join in. Like, me personally, as a college football fan, I would like to see how it would have been without an SEC team in. But then again, it's like who will you not put in that was not Georgia or Bama? Like, were you really going to think about keeping Ohio State? Not keeping Ohio State. Were you really going to bump up Ohio State to get in? or where you're just gonna let Texas get in. Like if you're gonna put Texas in, you have to put Bama. And that's in my opinion. You have to. I mean, you really going to go Michigan 1, Washington 2, Florida State 3, and then Texas 4? I don't think it's fair you put Texas in without putting Bama in, because Bama just beat the number 1 team in the nation. So they have to get in. So it's like, it's kind of it's kind of a crazy situation. And I honestly want to shout out to my guy Cody. Brought this up the other day, and I totally forgot this happened. Like the whole situation with Ohio State when JT Barrett went down, and then they went with Cardale Jones. I think what that case is, though, that team was a whole lot better, and I mean a whole lot better than this Florida State team. Like I'm being completely honest. Like, that team was better, and I mean that team had what, Zeke, I want to say Michael Thomas was there. That's the time. I mean, like, you had top tier guys on that team, and that team you would put that team against Florida State, they would have lost. They would have got blown out. And I'm just keeping it real. I'm keeping 100 with y'all. I mean, it's weird for me to say that, though, but I'm just keeping it real for y'all. I mean, they would have blown them guys out. And I'm trying to look at the stats who they had on that team. Oh, nope, did the wrong thing. I'm trying to look at who was on that squad. I mean, that team was just better. Ooh, I forgot that game was a blowout. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, look, I'm right. They had Corey Smith, Michael Thomas, and Curtis Samuel on the offense with Zeke Elliott, with Cardale Jones up there. And Eli Apple was on that team. Dude, like, that team was pretty stacked, man. I mean, I'm not going to lie. That team was pretty stacked. That team would have definitely. That team, yeah. There's no doubt about it, bro. Like, they would have waxed them, bro. I'm just being completely honest. But you want to compare that, you can. But all thing my take is that Ohio State team was way better than that Florida State team, and if that Ohio State team was in Florida State shoes and they ended up winning, 9 times out of 10, I'm pretty sure the community would have let Ohio State in. If they had that same, if Florida State had that equivalent talent that Ohio State did back in 2014. But other than that, I mean, nah. I just honestly, truthfully, just couldn't see Florida State getting it in. I mean, I'm all in on underdog teams, but I don't know how I would have felt them getting in. But this is what the committee said before I switch over to something else. End quote. Florida State is a different team than they were through the first 11 weeks. An incredible season, but as you look at who they are as a team right now, without Jordan Travis, without the offensive dynamic that he brings to it, they are just a different team. I agree. I agree. If they would have blown out, these teams by 20, I ain't gonna lie to you, they would have got in. I honestly think they would have got in. I think they would have got in. They definitely would have got in for sure. For sure they would have got in. But what January 1st, 2024, we got Michigan versus Bama, Texas versus Washington. Gonna be some good games. I'm not gonna be no shit talking from me. I don't ever shit talk anyways, but I'm gonna be quiet, let the boys play ball. Jalen Milroe is gonna be a problem against my team, and I'm gonna say it here first. It's going to be a big problem. And am I looking forward for the game? Absolutely. But am I ready for the results? May favor Bama. I'm just saying may favor Bama, but I got faith in my guys. Go Blue Nation. Let's go. Jim Harbaugh back. Let's go out there and let's win. On the other side of the ball, on the others with the other teams, with Texas and Washington, Washington cannot be in a shootout with Texas because that's what Texas want. They want to be in a shootout. And Washington can definitely keep up. You ask me who's a better quarterback between Michael Penix from Washington and Quinn Ewers from Texas. I'm going to go with Michael Penix. That guy he can throw the ball. I believe honestly think they have better receivers. Defense is a little bit better than Texas, so the edge go out to them. But it will be two incredible good games. Hopefully it don't result in blowouts. So let's see how it goes. All right, so let's transition to the NFL. There was week 13 was crazy. We had Trevor Lawrence going down with an injury. Basically, all these quarterbacks going down. Trevor Lawrence going down, Derek Carr going down. I want to say, was anybody else going down? I mean, it was just crazy. Those injuries right there is kind of wild, man. Hopefully, Trevor Lawrence is back, be able to come back. With the big game, 49ers versus Eagles. Rematch from the NFC Championship game from last year. We all kind of know the story with Brock Purdy going down within 4 snaps of the game, and he tore something in his elbow, and we never would have known what that game would have been if Brock Purdy would have stayed healthy. Watching the game, going to my cousin's house with my dad and my cousin. Big 49ers game. Big. When I mean big, I mean big 49ers fan. I mean, like, that shit go crazy. You're probably asking why am I not a 49ers fan? I just went a different route. But anyways, Eagles first possession, go down the field goal. Okay, all right, cool, all right. Niners. First 3 plays, all passes. And crazy thing is, the first play of the 49ers, when they got the ball in the first quarter, and my dad saw them throw the ball, he was like, no. He was like, what the, why are we throwing the ball? No, run the ball. And then it happened second time and the third time. And I was like, no, that's not what we do. I'm like, oh, shit. Get to my cousin's house. See that Eagles went down, got a field goal, 6-0, got in time just to see the Niners get the ball back the second time, and they did the same thing, throwing the ball. And my dad and my cousin Rob, they were mad, like, no, it's not. No, we don't need to be running the ball. We don't need to be throwing the ball. We need to run the ball. Hey, it's like, man, we ain't trying to be cute. We need to run the ball, regardless of what they know is coming. At least they know it's coming, so we can set it up for something bigger. Okay, now Count Shannon, they were talking about, like, Count Shannon, don't be doing that bullshit now. Like, let's give Christian McCaffrey the ball and let him do his thing. And then the boys got the ball, the third possession. The rest was history. Touchdown. 6 straight touchdowns. 6 straight. 42-19. Man, and you would have asked me that would have happened, that I'd seen them blown out? Nah, I did have the Niners winning though. I did. You don't believe me? Just go watch episode 72. I had the Niners winning, but I had a blowout. Absolutely not. Now, they ended up running the ball. They ended up running the ball very well. Excuse me. They ended up running the ball very well. 146 yards rushing as a team. Pretty good. Brock Purdy went for 19 for 27, 30-14, 4 touchdowns, no picks. 148 rating. His QBR was 82 from scale to 1 of 100. It's pretty good. And Debo did his thing, man. That man, 4 catches, 116 yards, and 3 total touchdowns. He had 1 rushing. And Brock Purdy loves Brandon Ayuk. And in that third possession, he was going to Brandon Ayuk, and from there, it's like, oh yeah. I was like, man, he's in the rhythm now. Like, yeah, that's exactly what they needed. And I like Brock Purdy, man. I like the way he come in the game. He look like a vet, man. Coming in the game looking like a whole vet. Very poised. Throws the ball really, really good. Throws a beautiful ball, man. I mean, that dude, that's just something I want on my team, man. And he's just real calm. Doesn't panic. I mean, obviously the 3-game skid that they had. Obviously they didn't have Debo. They didn't have Trent Williams. But, like, I mean, hey, when you don't have two of your best players on the team, you're going to look kind of, not look good, but if he ended up playing very well, and without those guys, without going on a 3-game skid, I mean that he definitely would have been up in the MVP conversation. Then now, this win, he's definitely not in the MVP conversation. And I think he's favorite, which is kind of wild because I probably would have Tyreek Hill favorite, but they don't want to give receivers the MVP. I mean, Tyreek Hill is better to crack 2,000 yards, bro. Like, that's like, he should get MVP. But anyways, and then and the Niners defense, man, they pressure Jalen Hurts. I mean, they ended up getting only 3 sacks, which 3 sacks is better than that, but the amount of pressure that was getting on Jalen Hurts. I mean, it was a lot of plays to where he was rolling left, he was rolling right, he was basically trying to scare him out of trouble, and he actually ended up leading the team in fucking rushing with 20 yards. Crazy, but that game was something. And what Jalen Hurts going for 26 for 45, 298, and 1 touchdown, and then also another touchdown on the ground. I mean, Eagles just kind of seen that, saw that was coming. It's been like 3 weeks in a row to where they kind of been in. They were trailing. They did the same thing they trailed against Kansas City. They trailed against Buffalo, and then came back and got them. Got them with the Niners, and it's just. And I also don't want to say did the same thing with the Cowboys too. Same thing with the Cowboys, I want to say, and it was bound to happen for them, but they were finding ways to win. I would much rather win the way they were being winning in these close games, finding a way to win, than them being blowing these teams out like they were last year. Definitely a wake-up call for the Eagles. Not to depend about. It happens. Niners is kind of known of them beating the best teams. They beat the Cowboys. They blew them out the water. I mean, they just kind of known just being the teams up, and the Niners is a really good football team, man. I mean, I honestly truthfully think they have the best team in the league. I mean, just hands down. I mean, you got the best running back, one of the best receiver tight end duo. You got you have the best left tackle in the game, to where he's really a top 10 player in the league. And then the defense. Do I really need to start with the defense? Nick Bosa, Chase Young, Randy Gregory, Hargrave, Armstead, Fred Warner. Should I go on? Greenlaw, Jimmy Ward. Should I go on? Nah, it's alright. Y'all get the picture. But I mean, for them to do that they did against the Eagles team is really impressive. Really, really impressive. And this Eagles team has to step up, especially them playing against the Cowboys this week. Cowboys been on fire, and am I sad? Am I happy to say what I said? No, 'cause Look at what the Cowboys beat. I mean, let's be real. The Patriots, Washington, Giants twice. You lost against the Cardinals. You lost against the Eagles, and you lost against the Niners. You blew against the Niners. So, am I really impressed by what the Cowboys are doing? I don't know what. I'm impressed with what they're doing. But am I impressed by who they beat? I mean, they haven't beaten anybody above 500. Just keeping it real. And they able to beat the Eagles. And, I mean, then maybe we'll see. All right, maybe they could be something in the playoffs. But the Cowboys got a touch race coming up. They got, obviously the Eagles, the Bills. They have the Dolphins coming up, Detroit coming up, and they finish the season against the Commanders. So we shall see what the Cowboys look like. Sorry, Cowboys fans, that you don't like what I said. Oh man, you're gonna be one of them. We'll see. I mean, let's kind of be real. You really trying to tell me y'all impressed about the teams y'all have beaten? Obviously, you beat the teams that's on your schedule. I mean, duh. But like, come on, man. Like, can we be real? Can we be real? I mean, you beat the Giants twice. You beat the Jets. You beat the Patriots. You beat the Chargers. Rams, okay. Rams is trying to is up there trying to make the playoffs. Cool. Okay. Seattle. Okay. Then you beat the Panthers. Like, come on, bro. And then, like I said, you beat the Commanders. Like, I mean, it's all right, but yeah, y'all at least could have beat the Eagles or the Niners or one of the two. I mean, then y'all lose against the Cardinals, bro. Like, huge flat tire. I mean, just like I said, man, they finish the season off. They got Eagles, Bills. No, they play home against the Eagles. Go to Buffalo. They go to Miami. The home against the Lions, and then they go to the Commanders. So this is a tough schedule for them for the Cowboys, and if they're able to win, a couple of these games, and maybe we could take it a little bit more serious going into the playoffs. But it ain't looking good for them. Not looking good for them. Let's kind of switch over to the AFC real quick. With the Kansas City not looking as good. It's kind of sucks that Kansas City is going through what they're going through. They don't really have a top tier receiver. Sorry guys, my fault. They don't really have a top tier receiver. Pretty much all they have is Travis Kelce. They just kind of rely on Travis Kelce, and they've been struggling. I honestly can say that the AFC is wide open. It's wide open, especially with Kansas City like that. And you don't know who's going to be number one seed in the AFC. One week could be Kansas City. One week could be the Ravens. Another week could be the Jags. And another week could be the Miami Dolphins. Hell, now if the Ravens start losing a little bit, it could be Pittsburgh. It could be Cleveland. It's the AFC is wide open, bro. Like, wide open, and I like it that way because I kind of like the way how on both conferences, like the NFC and the AFC, is like it's wide open because you don't really know who's really a legit team. You know who's a legit team, but you don't really know who's like that top team. Like, in the NFC, like you may have the Eagles, like with the Eagles just losing. Okay, now the Niners can step up and be number one seed, or Detroit. It's really one of those teams, or maybe the Cowboys. If they beat the Eagles, if the Cowboys beat the Eagles this year, in this week, they could probably jump up. But then they gonna jump. As long as the Niners is winning, the Cowboys won't jump up in front of the Niners because the Niners has beaten the Cowboys. So regardless of what happens, they can't jump in unless the Niners end up losing more games than the Cowboys. Then I can see that, but let's Going back to the AFC is like, you got a lot of quarterbacks over there. Like, regardless of they're on a losing team and a winning team. Like, you got Justin Herbert, you got Lamar Jackson, you have Patrick Mahomes. Obviously, he's not playing right now, but you have Aaron Rodgers, you got Russell Wilson, you got Trevor Lawrence, you got Tua Tagovailoa. Even though it's a lot of it's CJ Stroud. I mean, like, dude, he's hurt too. Deshaun Watson, like, bro, like, you got Josh Allen. Like, did I say Lamar? If I didn't say Lamar, hey, you got Lamar, and then you got Joe Burrow when he's healthy. Like, bro, that's fucking 10 quarterbacks, almost 10 quarterbacks on the AFC in one conference. And on the other side of the NFC, you just got Dak, Jalen, and Brock, and Jared Goff, and Matthew Stafford, and Geno. That's about it. It's about it. Y'all said, what about Derek Carr? Oh, man. I don't know what's going on with my guy. I don't know what's going on with Derek Carr. I really don't. I don't know what's going on with New Orleans. I don't know. Ready to get that shit together, because y'all making me look bad. You making me really look bad. I love Derek Carr. That's my guy. But Derek Carr, making your shit together, man. Let's tighten up. Let's go. And then Jordan Love. He's good. It took him a little bit. He's good. Green Bay, people, you should watch out for Green Bay, because they're coming. But yeah, man, I honestly, truthfully think that AFC is wide open. And you may ask me, is it a chance that Kansas City can make a run and go to the Super Bowl? Yeah, absolutely. As long as you got Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes, and Travis Kelce, yeah, you can definitely do it. Now, can they? That's a question. Because honestly, truthfully, I don't know they can. I mean, this is. I mean, what, Buffalo struggling, and this is like, I mean, if Buffalo was a good team and they see the Kansas City is struggling like this, I'm looking like, hey, we got a chance. Let's go. But Buffalo's not looking good. I don't know what's going on with Buffalo, but they better get their shit together, because they got a tough stretch too. They got to go to Kansas City. Is that Ned? This week. Then, Kansas City, you got to play the Cowboys and the Chargers, and then they don't finish it. And then they home against the Patriots, and then they go to Miami. This game's just tough, man. Buffalo, you need to get your shit together, especially with Kansas City looking like they are right now. I mean, it'd be the best chance for y'all to put some things together, and you can start that this week playing against Kansas City. But I honestly, truthfully think the AFC is wide open right now. People might say, "Oh, Baltimore's a favorite." I don't know who's a fucking favorite. I mean, Miami. I mean, they also is a team. They also a team that hasn't been a team above 500. I mean, I was just saying. I mean, it's kind of crazy, man. But never count out Kansas City. As long as they got Patrick Mahomes, as long as they got Andy Reid, as long as they got Travis Kelce, anything is possible. In my opinion, anything is possible. Kind of since it's just only me this week. I don't know how I did last week. That's gonna be Jay, but I think I have 9 wins, but it kind of depends on what Jay. I'm just going to get straight to the game picks, man, and not gonna bore y'all to death. Kind of just make this short and sweet. Kind of just get some things off my mind. Thursday night football did happen yesterday with New England and Pittsburgh, which I was gonna go with New England with that game. With Bailey Zappi starting the second straight week. Yesterday, man, he looked. I mean, last night, man, he looked pretty good, man. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. He did throw a pick, but the dude threw 3 touchdowns, man, and threw for 240 yards. And the guy was throwing the ball like he was slinging that shit. Like, Dude, my backup quarterback is throwing the ball like that. He got to start. Matt Jones, who? I mean, like, and I've been, and honestly, truthfully though, since last year, since Bailey Zappi, he started 2 games last year. I said, yo, this dude he got it. I mean, like, the dude can throw the ball. He's very poised. You know, when the pocket gets clamped up, he steps up and he's either looking to throw the ball or he's making plays or he's going to run the ball with his legs. And dude, he did that, and then that's why I like it in my quarterback. Just make the right reads, and if it's not there, you know, if it's not there, either throw the ball away, and if you're able to run and get a few yards, do that. But I can't get that with Matt. Matt does not. He's scared. Bailey Zappi doesn't play scared. Like he's fearless. I like that from him. I like that from him. Like, you know, it's a young guy. Your backup quarterback should not be looking better than my starter. Like the fundamentals that he's doing is look way better than Matt. Just the fundamentals. Like Matt doesn't have no fundamentals at all. Like it's like he's scared. Like he drops back. He's just he's just ready to go down. No, Bailey Zappi, this dude is ready to throw the ball. He's looking at all of his reads, and if it's not there, he's gonna make plays. He steps up, make plays, rolls up. If it's not there, throws the ball away. What more can I ask from a quarterback? That's all I'm asking for the quarterback. But I did want to go in New England out there and win in 21-18. So disappointed because I kind of want to get the number 1 overall pick. I kind of need a quarterback. As long as Matt Jones not my starting quarterback next year, I'm good. Just saying. Now let's get into the picks. Tampa Bay versus Atlanta. Atlanta has been looking really good. Tampa Bay is coming off a win against the Panthers. Shout out to Mike Evans. Oh my God, I go so bad with Mike Evans since his Texas A&M days. You know, and with him and Johnny Manziel, like I knew this guy was gonna be something special coming out and do 10 straight 1,000 yards to start a career. I think he's like 1 away from tying Randy Moss for like the most 1,000-yard seasons. But like 10 straight with all the quarterbacks you had with Jameis Winston, Tom Brady, now with Baker. I think he had Ryan Fitzpatrick at a little bit of time. Dude, like, shout out to Mike Evans, man. Hall of Famer, bro. First ballot Hall of Famer, bro. Like, no question asked. This man can retire right now, and 4 years from now, how long it takes, he's in the Hall of Fame. He's in the Hall of Fame. Mike Evans is like that. Mike Evans is that guy, and he doesn't get the respect. Like, he doesn't get the respect from like the Justin Jeffersons, from the Tyree Hills, and you know the Jamar Chases and AJ Brown, and you know he doesn't get in CD Lambs. Like he doesn't get that recognition. Like, bro, like he's up there with those guys. I mean, like even when Brady was there, he still was getting any recognition, and he was still balling with Brady, bro. Like shit is crazy how Mike Evans don't get the recognition he doesn't get. Right now, Mike, I'm giving you your flowers, bro. You're my second favorite receiver of all time. My favorite receiver right now is just, you know, the guy's incredible, man. The guy's incredible. With this game, Tampa Bay going to Atlanta. With all that being said, I'm gonna go with Tampa Bay with this game. I want to go with Tampa Bay. It's time for them to get back up there in the division, take over the division, and see where we go from there. So I got Tampa Bay over Atlanta. Detroit versus Chicago, no brainer. Going with Detroit. But no, I think they coming off a win against the Saints. You know, and they need something. Divisional game. I don't have any belief in Chicago and the Bears with Justin Fields and them. Nah. Definitely going with Detroit. Indianapolis versus Cincinnati. Both teams is coming off with good wins, actually. Both Cincinnati with the upset against the Jags, with Trevor Lawrence going down, which is sucks to see. Another quarterback going down. But, you know, with Jake Browning end up balling, I mean, dude looked really, really good. I mean, shout out to Jake Browning, man. And Indianapolis, man, being the Tennessee Titans, hey, Gardner Minshew, It's that guy. He is. I like Gardner Minshew. Oh, I wish he was on my team. Oh my God, I would love Gardner Minshew, bro. I would love him. I would definitely love him. Ah, man, I would love Gardner Minshew. But man, hey, he's going out there. He's hooping. Now, would they be balling like this if Anthony Richardson didn't get hurt? Probably not. But hey, it is what it is. Gardner Minshew, just playing pretty good ball. With this case, man, I want to go with Indianapolis over Cincinnati. Jacksonville versus Cleveland, which is very, very tough. It's kind of tough because they don't know if Trevor Lawrence is going to come back to play. This is tough because you don't because he's going to be a game time decision. So this game is going to really be on my ass. I'm gonna go with Cleveland. Joe Flacco coming back. Look really good. It looked like he didn't lose a touch at all. I'm gonna go with Cleveland in this game. I think the defense is gonna make the plays they need to play. And go from there. We got Carolina versus New Orleans. No Lord. Derek Carr did clear concussion protocol. I'm gonna go to New Orleans. Fuck it, New Orleans. Can't go wrong with New Orleans. Cannot go wrong with New Orleans. They're home. Cannot. Texans versus New York Jets. Texans looking really, really good. Jets are going back with Zach Wilson as their starting quarterback after last week with Tim Boyle. Honestly, the truth, they should just me personally, I think just should have stick with Zach Wilson. I mean, there was no point of you benching him and then go right back with him again the next week. Like, that's dumb. That's really fucking dumb. Like, he gives you the best chance to win, but he really doesn't give you the best chance to win but he's been with the team longer. And then you end up cutting Tim Boyle. And I'm like, okay, it is what it is. But Texans, I'm going to Texans this game. Definitely going to Texans this game. C.J. Stroud's probably going to look very good against this Jets defense. And the Jets defense is no slouch, though. Rams versus Baltimore. Rams is trying to cook up some things a little bit, trying to get in pushing the playoff spot. Like the way they're trying to make it known for themselves. Shout out to the Rams, especially 2 years off of a Super Bowl victory. All right, cool. But I'm going with Baltimore. Definitely the Lamar Jackson. They may be a little bit too much for these guys. Vikings versus Raiders. Vikings versus Raiders. Oh man, this is tough. I'm gonna go with Minnesota. Going Minnesota. Josh Dobbs, Justin Jefferson's coming back. I'm going with Minnesota. Definitely, I'm going to go with Minnesota this game. Seattle versus Niners. Niners. Should I say any more? I'm going with Niners this game. Buffalo versus Kansas City. I would hate to do this. This is tough, man. This is tough. Man. Buffalo against Kansas City. I have a lot of road wins. A lot of wins on the road this week. Let me go with Kansas City. They're home. Can't beat that. With Kansas City. Denver versus Los Angeles Chargers. It's just tough because I love my Chargers. But I'm gonna go with. Denver. Denver away. Go with Denver. Philly versus Dallas. I'm gonna go with Philly. They're gonna have the nod over Dallas. I just think that they're gonna come out firing. I think that the Philly would need to get the run game going. You gotta get DeAndre Swift. This is your type of game right here, bro. You don't want the Cowboys pass defense to beat you. Stay away. Tennessee versus Miami. going with Miami. Green Bay versus New York Jets. Going with Green Bay. Green Bay is has been looking really, really good. But yeah, man, that's who I got for week 14. Jay will be back, hopefully with me. I will be gone next week, so you will probably see another video once this come out on Saturday. Just appreciate y'all that's been there for us, man. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, comment, follow us on all our social media. Everything's gonna be on the bio below, and wherever you watch the podcast, wherever you listen to the podcast. Just appreciate y'all, and just keep working with the boys, man. Just bigger things is coming, better things is on its way. Just like I said, just keep rocking with the boys. With that being said, man, I'm your boy Trez, and episode 73, man. This is it. It's a wrap, man. It's a wrap, and appreciate y'all.